Hello everyone, welcome to Afro News South Africa. Please kindly subscribe to our channel, like and share. Don't forget to hit on the bell icon so as to be notified each time we upload a new videotape. Thank you all. To avoid responsibility and blame outlanders for failing to give jobs for citizens, the African National Congress, ANC, is being criticized. They've taken to the thoroughfares to demand that non-natives be removed from the plant and that South Africans be hired. Rather, Durban's central business quarter was raided late Wednesday night by police and the eThekwini Metro to ascertain compliance. Unhappy citizens in South Africa are calling for these raids because they feel that the CBD structures have been taken over by illegal immigrants who are hawking medicines in the neighborhood. Several structures on Bertha Kai Street were raided by police, who searched the occupants and demanded their identification documents. Several illegal immigrants were restrained in the girding area. Some critics argue that foreign citizens are being used as a goat by a failed ANC government that has been pillaging finances for numerous times, while others argue that crime and severance have increased because of the affluence of foreign citizens. Managing Selection Principal Simon Grindrod claims that South Africa's ruling African National Congress, ANC, government has erected huge walls around itself to keep out empty citizens. However, also we need to either make a bigger table or high walls, if we want to keep the empty and indigent out. Acerbic-line walls separate the ANC from the rest of the country. In the midst of their tone enrichment, they have forgotten their pledge to help the poorest. Indeed, if the ANC gets down with stealing billions of bones meant to help the poor and hopeless, it'll bring our country far further than that in the long run, he stated. When it comes to profitable freedom, Grindrod says the government's 350 Rand a month handbill is not indeed enough compensation for the lack of factual profitable occasion, profitable involvement, and real work with fair earnings. Let's not hear any further speeches praising President Ramaphosa, or the ANC's success when indeed people in labor cannot go food and transportation. Principally, that is it, he stated again. Ramaphosa calls Dujula a vigilante group, but they work and act with the knowledge of the police and with the support of the police. Dujula is more like a community policing forum that the police always prompt communities to work together with them to fight crime. Ramaphosa doesn't know what he's talking about. His government has failed to act on illegal migration into the country, and now citizens are starting to take matter into their own hands, and he calls them castigators. Ramaphosa is well known that he's not a veritably honest man because he prevaricated on vaccine authorizations on public TV. He's trying to address the symptoms, and not the root cause of the problem, diving Dujula, and not the millions of undocumented people in the country. There's no wisdom in him at all. He speaks of laws which they fail to apply because he told us his government is incapacitated and unskillful. He's defending the lawlessness and maladministration of his government. South Africa needs better leaders than him, and these ANC culprits in government still. When you start seeing similar kinds of groups coming up also as government, you must ask yourself if you're doing effects right for your country's citizens. If his ANC was applying the rule of law into making sure check and control illegal immigrants as well as crime in the country, we wouldn't have had similar interest group like Dujula, which I believe there's further groups that are still going to rise due to situation in the country. Why is he not concentrated on his party, which is falling piecemeal? Every member of his party is attending court for corruption, and Dujula is fighting against crime and corruption. That's why they do not like